Good day, everyone. My name is Mikami Manalo from BSc 1-3. So, let's talk about postmodern theory and institutive-constitutive theory. So, let's start. In the end of this lesson, the student should learn what is postmodernism, when was postmodern criminology developed, what is constitutive theory, and what is institutive theory. So what is postmodern theory? Postmodern theory, also known as postmodernism, a term applied often loosely to a broad movement that developed in the middle to the late 20th centuries across many disciplines like arts, architecture, philosophy. This period marked as a departure from modernism. Postmodernism to deconstruction became one of the main themes of post-structuralism. It is defined as incredulity towards meta-narratives. So, postmodernism is a movement that focuses on the reality of the individuals, denies statements that claim to be true for all people, and is often expressed and upside down styles in arts, literature, and culture. An example of the thought of postmodernism is the idea that not all people would see stealing as negative. So, it is powered by Michael Foucault and Jacques Derrida. So, postmodernism is an intellectual stance or made of discourse defined by an attitude of skepticism toward what it considers as the grand narratives and ideologies of modernism, as well as opposition of epistemic certainty and the stability of meaning. Claims to the objective fact are dismissed as native realism. So, postmodern theory, also spelled postmodernism. Postmodernism is characterized by self-reflectuality, epistemological relativism, moral relativism, pluralism, irony, and eclecticism. It rejects the universal validity of the categorization. So, what is postmodern criminology? So, postmodern criminology is a critically animated theoretical framework that humanistically accounts for the problem of crime and the possibilities of justice at the society divided, mindful of the development of the postmodernist. This entry statistically reviews 4 issues. So, like what I said before, it is powered by Michael Foucault and Jacques Derrida. So, who is Michael Foucault? Best known at his critical studies of social institutions such as psychiatry, medicine. So, let's talk about more with Michel. I'm so sorry, it's Michel, not Michael. So, Michel was a French philosopher, historian of ideas, social theorist, and literary critic. first associated with structuralism, created on a cure that today is seen as belonging the post-structuralism and to postmodern philosophy. Michel introduced concepts such as discursive regime or reinvoke those of older philosophers like episteme and genealogy in order to explain the relationship between meaning and power and social behavior within social orders. So, Jacques Derrida was a French-Algerian philosopher best known for developing from the semiotic analysis known as deconstruction, which he discussed in numerous texts and developed in the context of penology. He is one of the major figures associated with post-structuralism and postmodern philosophy. So, Jacques is a French philosopher as well known for his controversial approach to understanding the world. So, we have two types of postmodernism. We have skeptical modernism and affirmative modernism. So, skeptical modernism refers to the work of those who believe there is no basis for objectivity. So, in affirmative modernism refers to those who believe in construction. So, let's move on. So, next, constitutive theory. So, in this theory based on postmodernist concept of social theory applied to a crime and criminal justice and formed a new subfield of critical criminology. So, constitutive theory, this theory also defines crime as the harm resulting from human investing energy in relations of power and denies or diminishes those subject to this investment their own humanity. So, constitutive criminology explains crime as the outcome of the interplay of micro and macro relation of power. The theory has been applied to explain different crimes and gained popularity among arithmetical scholars in the late 1990s, though interest declined since 2005 as the theory became subject to criticism, not least from other critical criminologists. So, constitutive theory founded by Dragan Milovanik and Stark Henry. So, roots of constitutive theory. We have symbolic instructivism, social constructivism, penology, etymology, Marxist theory, post-structural theory, structuration theory, discourse analysis theory. So, built on symbolic instructionism is this theory that human interaction and the communication is facilitated by gesture, words, and other symbols with contributional meanings. So next, social constructionism describes the ways in which social phenomena are created, established, and then turned into human tradition. So phenomenology, founded by Edmund Husserl in 1900 and applied to the social world by Alfred, and believes in suspending all prior assumptions about causality and consequences in order to investigate the essence of the meaning or immediate lived experience. So, ethnomethodology, rooted in social phenomenology and developed by Harold Garfinkel, is the method of common sense understanding of the organization and structure of society by non-specialists. So, Marxist theory, built on the philosophy of Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, states that crime and control have the potential to affect the other at the same moment in the time from opposite direction with different goals inherent in the construction of each. Post-structural theory maintains that meanings and intellectual categories are always unstable and ever-changing, even though they appear to be real with independent existence from the humans that create them. Part of the challenge of the postmodernism is to engage in constant critique through a process of deconstruction. So, structuration theory, introduced by Anthony Giddens in 1984, claims that not only in society social constructed, but that it is formed by human agents through their everyday activities. So this course analysis, for the last one, covers the many different ways to analyze written, spoken, or signed language and other or important semiotic events. So let's move on. Next, we have institutive theory. So institutive theory examines way in which organization, structures, norms, practices, and other patterns of social relationship are connected to the broader social and cultural environment. So, institutive theory, sociology and organizational studies, institutional theory is a theory on the deeper and more resilient aspect of the social structure. It is considered the processes by which structure, including schemes, rules, norms, routines, become established as authoritative guidelines for social behavior. So, institutional theory was introduced in the late 1970 by John Mayer and Brian Rowan. So, constitutive theory, for the last one, crime as application for harms to others. People who are defined as committing unequal or disrespected, they are inherited by powers to maintain or express their humanity. In a sense, then, the fact of making of criminals is a crime. So, that's all. Thank you for listening. So, your future is created by what you do today, not tomorrow.